Are you tired of waking up feeling exhausted, even after a full night's sleep? Did you know that just one night of poor sleep can weaken your immune system by 70%? How would your life change if you could wake up every day feeling truly rested and refreshed? Join me and learn how improving your sleep could be the key to unlocking better health, mood, and productivity. Welcome to the Sparkling Life Coach Podcast. Hi, Sparkling One. I'm Dee Diaz, your host from Sparkling Life Nutrition and Health Coaching, where we explore all the wonderful ways to live a vibrant, energetic, and sparkling life. So glad you're here today because in this episode, we're discussing sleep solutions, why sleep is so important, how much you really need, and the practical steps you can take to improve your sleep with natural remedies. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. So stick around, and by the end of our time together, you'll have the tools you need to create a sleep routine that'll help you continue to build the foundation for a sparkling life. Now, if you're thinking, sleep, that's the easiest part of the day. All I have to do is lie down and close my eyes. If that's the case, then this episode's not for you. But here's the thing. For some of us, sleep seems simple, but it's not always easy. And let me tell you, sleep is so much more than just a time to recharge. It's the secret sauce, the sparkling ingredient that impacts every single aspect of our health and well-being. Now, if you've been following the podcast, you know in this series, we've been talking about the wellness lifestyle pyramid and how our health is like a stack of blocks. The blocks are steady, solid, and strong, but only when we build them in the right order. The foundation is crucial. Without a strong base, that stack can topple over at any moment, right? So I'd like to encourage you, if you've missed any of those episodes, to subscribe to the podcast so you're notified when we release the next episode. And if you haven't already, take the time to go back and listen, starting with taking the lifestyle assessment discussed in episode 14. We covered nutrition in episode 16 because every system in our body needs the proper nourishment to function, which is why it's important to eat a diet that's rich in proteins, vitamins, and minerals. Then comes digestion or gut health in episode 17, because our gut is like the control center for nutrient absorption, our immune system, and even our moods. Next, in episode 18, we talked about movement because our bodies were created to move. Exercise supports our body in many ways, including a healthy immune system. And following that, we have metabolism in episode 19, which is all about how our body regulates and manages energy. Today, we're going to continue to discuss the next incredibly important block in that pyramid, the rest and manage stress level as part of our wellness lifestyle. Now, if you'd like to learn more about how to manage stress, we already covered that information in episode 10. So feel free to check that one out if you haven't already done so. Today, we're primarily focusing on rest and how sleep plays a starring role in holding it all together. This block is such an important foundation of a healthy life. Without them, everything else can fall apart. And I'm sure you can see that these foundational health principles that we've discussed so far are all interconnected, right? I want you to think of it as a roadmap to your best self. And this next mile marker is going to help us zoom in on the importance of sleep. Okay, so if you want to be healthy, you have 3 daily tasks eat well, move your body, and sleep. Out of those three, sleep should be the easiest, right? Well, yeah, but many people struggle with it, whether it's not getting enough sleep, having trouble falling asleep, or feeling restless and waking up frequently. With our hectic schedules, it's no surprise that people struggle with sleep. We rush from one commitment to the next, shuttle kids around, and spend our days glued to screens, just trying to fit everything in and getting everything done. So when it's finally time to rest, winding down can feel like a challenge. And good sleep is one of the most essential elements of a healthy life. Yet, in our busy, fast paced world, it's often the first thing we sacrifice. We all have those nights, right? Yeah, even me. Oh, I'll just finish one more episode. Or let me answer this last email. Next thing you know, it's midnight, 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, and we set ourselves up for a groggy morning, right? For some, it might even seem excessive to spend a third of our life sleeping. But the consequences of cutting sleep short go far beyond just feeling tired. Sleep deprivation has been linked to several health challenges. Research shows that sleep is crucial for brain function, emotional well being, and overall health. During sleep, our body is hard at work repairing and rebuilding itself. It mends blood vessels, it balances hormones, and it supports the immune system. It even allows our brain to process the events of the day and prepare for the next day of learning. But if we cut the sleep process short, our body can't fully recuperate, leading to problems over time. Sleep deprivation has been linked to all sorts of chronic health issues, from poor memory and emotional instability to a weakened immune system. It affects how well we think, react, work, learn, and get along with others. It affects our emotional stability, hormone balance, reproductive system, and metabolism. And when we don't give our body the time it needs to repair, it can lead to long-term problems like heart disease, diabetes, and even mental health challenges. Because here's the thing, sleep isn't just about feeling rested. It's about giving your body the time it needs to heal, grow, and reset. Research suggests that just one night of 4 hours of sleep can result in a 70% reduction in natural killer cells, which is an important component in your immune system. That's huge. Imagine what happens when this lack of sleep becomes a pattern. The good news is that because sleep impacts so many aspects of health, improving our sleep quality and quantity can lead to overall health improvements. So, definitely something we want to be working on if this is an issue for us. Now that you understand why sleep is so important, let's talk about how much sleep you actually need. This might surprise you. Generally, the amount of sleep you need decreases with age because sleep supports proper growth and development, which is crucial in early life. Here's a breakdown by age group. Starting with newborns, these tiny bundles of joy need about 14 to 17 hours of sleep daily. Of course, as many parents can attest, these don't always coincide with our normal sleep patterns, right? Which is probably why they're keeping you up at night. As they grow into infants, 4 months to a year, they still need 12 to 16 hours. Toddlers, they need 11 to 14 hours. And preschoolers, they're in the 10 to 13-hour range. Although these ranges do overlap a bit, you probably noticed that the need for sleep decreases slightly with each age group. So, if you have children, pay attention to their behavior for signs of whether they're getting enough rest. For kids age 6 to 12, the recommended amount is 9 to 12 hours for them, and teens should aim for 8 to 10 hours of sleep each night. Now, let's talk about adults. It's generally recommended that we get at least 7 hours of sleep each night. Now, some people claim that they can get by on just 4 or 5 hours. Nope. That's a myth. Everyone needs sufficient sleep to function well. But here's the catch. Some of us might need a little more. If you're someone who feels sluggish with 7 hours, try aiming for 8 or 9. Listen to your body. It's going to tell you what it needs, especially if you regularly engage in intense physical activity. For instance, if you're engaging in vigorous exercise, you might find that you need more sleep for recovery compared to when your activity levels are more moderate. So adjust your sleep accordingly to ensure that your body gets the rest it needs. And for older folks, those in their 60s, 70s, and beyond, they may notice a slight decrease in their sleep needs. Typically, 7 to 8 hours usually does the trick. What's important to remember is that sleep isn't one size fits all. You have to listen to your body and adjust as needed. Okay, now that we know why sleep is so important and how much we need, let's talk about something called sleep hygiene. No, this doesn't mean that you need to shower before bed, though that's not a bad idea either. Sleep hygiene refers to the healthy habits, behaviors, and environment that help you get the best possible night's sleep. It includes creating a bedroom environment and daily routine that promotes consistent, uninterrupted rest. Many sleep problems stem from poor habits developed over the years. So let's discuss good sleep hygiene practices. As we go through these suggestions, consider your own situation and what might work for you. The goal is to make it easier for you to sleep soundly through the night and wake up feeling rested. Now, let's get into some practical tips that you can start using tonight. One of the best things you can do is to establish a bedtime routine. This doesn't have to be complicated. First up is consistency in maintaining a stable sleep schedule. Because when you vary your bedtime or wake up time, it disrupts your body's ability to maintain a stable circadian rhythm, which is your body's internal clock. So that means going to bed and waking up at the same time every day helps regulate your body's clock. In fact, studies show that inconsistent, irregular sleep patterns can disrupt the body's ability to regulate inflammation during sleep. And trust me, inflammation is not something you want running wild in your body. Now, this doesn't mean you need to fall asleep at the exact same time every night. Instead, think of it as a window of time during which you should aim to fall asleep. By starting your bedtime routine at the same time each night, you'll likely settle into a natural rhythm and fall asleep within that window. Consistency also applies to your wake-up times. Yeah, even on the weekends. Yes, I know, sleeping in on the weekends can be so tempting. The thing is, though, if your weekend wake-up time is drastically different from your weekday schedule, it can throw off your rhythm. Interestingly, when you wake up at the same time every day, you'll find even an extra 15 or 30 minutes on the weekend feels like a lot longer than it is, and it'll feel more refreshing. Another key thing to be consistent with is your nightly routine. Consider activities like listening to soothing music, doing light stretching, or if you're into journaling, Take a few minutes to jot down your thoughts or reflect on your day, perhaps in a gratitude journal. It's a great time to review your day and detail the reasons you have to be grateful. This can help clear your mind and prevent those late night racing thoughts that keep you awake. Some people find a warm shower or bath before bed helps them relax. Reading can be another great addition. Just opt for a physical book under a low, warm light instead of reading on your phone or tablet. And speaking of that, here's a big one. Put down your phone. I know, it's easier said than done. But the blue light from screens can mess with your sleep cycle by tricking your brain into thinking it's still daytime. Instead, opt for a physical book. I like to use this time for Bible reading. So it's also an excellent time for meditation and prayer, which is so calming. And of course, one of my favorite bedtime routines is incorporating essential oils. Bedtime is an ideal time to either diffuse them or massage them into your neck or your feet. And I'll talk more about some of your best options in a few minutes. The goal here is to signal to your body that it's time to wind down. Another key aspect of sleep hygiene is setting the mood in your bedroom. So let's discuss your sleep environment. Your environment plays a huge role in the quality of your sleep. Think about lighting, temperature, and sound. Try lowering the temperature in your room at night, keeping it a little cooler than during the day. This is going to help promote better sleep. If you have any devices with small lights that blink or glow, you may want to consider covering them up to keep your room as dark as possible. So ensure your bedroom is comfortable, free from distractions, and that you're following a relaxing bedtime routine. Sound is another important aspect. Some people prefer silence, but others may find that a little white noise, like the sound of a fan or an app that plays environmental sounds, helps them to sleep better. We're bio individuals, so you'll have to experiment to see what works best for you. And let's not forget about the comfort of your bed. So think about your bedding. Since we spend a third of our life sleeping, then it would definitely be worth investing in a good mattress, comfortable bedding, and breathable sheets that can enhance our sleep experience because it feels comfortable and supports our body. Now, let's talk a little more about our circadian rhythm. Think of it as your body's natural 24-hour clock guiding you through cycles of sleep and wakefulness. And one of the strongest cues for this clock is light, especially natural light. Have you ever noticed how being outside early in the morning just feels different? That's because morning sunlight triggers your brain to produce the hormones that help you wake up and stay alert. So exposure to natural light, especially early in the day, helps strengthen your circadian rhythm. Studies show that exposure to natural light during the day can increase your sleep efficiency by as much as 15%. But here's the catch. When the sun goes down, we often don't follow nature's lead. Instead, what do? We flood our environments with artificial light when we should be doing the opposite. As bedtime approaches, too much light, especially from screens, can push your circadian rhythm out of sync, making it harder to fall asleep. So, what can you do? Simple. Start your day by stepping outside for a few minutes of sunlight. And as the evening sets in, dim those lights and put down the screens. I promise you, your body will thank you. Now, let's talk about movement. We all know exercise is good for us, but did you know it's also crucial for a good night's sleep? Yes, daily physical activity helps regulate our internal clock, making it easier to fall asleep at night. But here's something to keep in mind. Timing matters. If you love a good workout, beautiful. Just try to avoid doing heavy exercise too close to bedtime because it can delay your ability to fall asleep. Exercising late in the evening raises your body temperature and keeps you too energized when you really should be winding down. So save the vigorous workouts for earlier in the day. However, lighter activities like walking or gentle movement or stretches before bed, those are fine and can even help you to relax. Think of it as setting the stage for sleep, helping your body transition from the energy of the day to the calm of the night. Next, let's get into something many of us rely on. Yes, including me, and that's caffeine. Whether it's that morning cup of Java or an afternoon pick me up, caffeine is a part of our daily lives, right? It could be from coffee, tea, cola, or some chocolate. And that's no surprise since caffeine can boost our mood, increase alertness, and improve performance. But there's also a downside. While it helps promote wakefulness in the morning and combats daytime sleepiness, caffeine can also linger in your system for hours, sometimes up to 6, depending on your metabolism. And for some people, it's also been known to cause side effects like jitteriness, headaches, and nervousness. Did you know that consuming caffeine even 6 hours before bed can reduce your total sleep by more than an hour? Yeah. So if you find yourself tossing and turning at night, it might be worth reconsidering that late afternoon coffee. Try cutting off your caffeine intake by, say, noon and see how it affects your sleep. It's all about finding the right balance for your body. And it's going to be different for everyone. Next up, let's talk about what you eat and when. We've all been there, right? Having a late night snack or a big dinner just before bed. But heavy or spicy food too close to bedtime can cause discomfort like heartburn, which is going to make it tough to fall asleep. Research suggests that eating within 3 hours of bedtime can negatively impact your sleep quality, especially if your meal is high in fat or spice. So, what's the solution? Well, try to have your last meal of the day a bit earlier, giving your body plenty of time to digest before you hit the pillow. And if you're hungry late at night, opt for something light and easy to digest. Now that you understand the importance of sleep, how much you need, and some basic sleep hygiene practices, let's explore some natural holistic sleep solutions. In fact, this is my favorite part, essential oils. If you're new to essential oils, or even if you're a seasoned user, you'll find that these natural plant extracts can be amazing in creating a calming environment that's conducive to sleep. Let's start with some of the classics like lavender and Roman chamomile. These essential oils have been used for centuries to promote relaxation and calm. The soft floral scents work wonders at the end of a long day, helping to signal your brain that it's time to wind down. But why stop at 1 or 2 oils when you can have a blend that contains 8 of the best essential oils for resting? That's where doTERRA's Serenity Restful Blend comes in. This beautiful special blend combines lavender, cedarwood, coriander, ylang ylang, marjoram, Roman chamomile, vetiver, and sandalwood essential oils with tonka bean and vanilla absolute. That creates a calming, soothing atmosphere perfect for your evening routine or bedtime ritual. It's like a lullaby in a bottle. So here's some ways that you can use it in your life and home to support your bedtime. You can use it both aromatically and topically. To enjoy it aromatically as the sun sets or during your bedtime prep, simply diffuse a few drops for a relaxing aroma. You can also enjoy the essential oil blend's aromatic benefits by putting a drop in the palm of your hand, rubbing your hands together, and inhaling the sweet scent with a few slow, steady breaths. Try this as you're climbing into bed or right as you transition into the start of your evening routine. This is going to set the tone for the next stage of winding down. doTERRA Serenity helps create a peaceful atmosphere that supports your natural sleep cycle. Using Serenity aromatically this way can also be extremely helpful with midnight wake-ups. Whether it's you or a child, a few deep breaths of the subtle, quieting scent of Serenity can create a gentle, relaxed reset to prepare for drifting back to sleep. To use it topically, you might massage Serenity in your neck, your shoulders, and feet before bed. That's also a great routine to establish with a restless child at bedtime. As you gently rub the Serenity essential oil into each little foot, you can enjoy a quiet conversation together about the day. So it's a perfect sleepy time ritual for those moments when you're winding down or if you wake up in the middle of the night and need a little help getting back to sleep. Now, for those nights when you need a little extra help, doTERRA has more tools in the sleep toolbox. The Serenity Restful Complex Soft Gels are a natural sleep solution for occasional sleeplessness. While the essential oil blend isn't meant for internal use, the soft gels don't contain the full version of the essential oil blend. The soft gels do, however, contain lavender essential oil, which is known for its ability to relax and calm the mind when it's taken internally. Clinical and experimental research supports ingesting lavender essential oil to calm the nervous system, and it promotes healthy relaxation and sleep. In addition, the soft gels contain other calming ingredients like lemon balm, passion flower, chamomile, tart cherry extract, and L-theanine. L-theanine is found naturally in green and black tea and promotes relaxation without causing drowsiness, while the tart cherry extract is included for its positive effect on sleep, which is likely because of its tryptophan content. Tryptophan helps the body's natural melatonin production. Melatonin is the hormone that signals your body when it's time to sleep. Together, these ingredients are encased in a vegetarian soft gel, and they work to help you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer without that groggy feeling in the morning. And then there's the doTERRA Serenity Stick with valerian. This stick serves as a convenient way to apply the Serenity Restful Blend topically. And it's enhanced with valerian, which is an herb known for its sedative properties. Just apply the stick to your neck, your shoulders, or your feet before bed, and it can enhance the relaxing effects of the blend and help you drift off more easily. Now, each of these products can be a powerful tool for natural support on their own, but they're most powerful and effective when used together. So let's bring it all together with a simple 3-step system. The first step is the essential oil, doTERRA Serenity Restful Blend. The second step is the doTERRA Serenity Restful Complex Soft Gels. And the third step is the Serenity Stick with valerian. Now, you can use the steps in this system as you'd like, But as an example, I'll tell you how I use the system. So about 30 minutes before bed, I take a soft gel to help my body and mind relax. Then I start the diffuser with a few drops of the Serenity Essential Oil Blend. This is going to create a calm atmosphere in the bedroom. I usually do this right before I get in the shower and start my bedtime routine. This gives the aroma an opportunity to permeate the room as I wind down. Then, as I climb into bed, I apply the Serenity Stick with valerian, rubbing it into my neck, my shoulders, my wrists, and my feet, because this is going to continue to help me wind down. And I finish by taking a few deep inhales of the freshly applied aroma. This gives me an opportunity to bask in the calming, grounding scent. Then, depending on the day, I either read my scriptures or simply close my eyes and drift off for a night of deep, rejuvenating sleep. Another example would be to diffuse the Serenity Essential Oil throughout the evening. As it gets closer to bedtime, put a drop in your hands, cup them over your mouth and nose, and take a few deep breaths, taking a moment with the aroma to reset and enter in the right state of mind for your wind down. Then proceed to your bedtime routine, finishing it off with the stick being applied to the bottoms of your feet and the back of your neck. Then swallow a soft gel as you settle into bed for a restful night. You can try one of these examples or apply the 3-step system in a way that works for you. It's as simple as 1, 2, 3. Diffuse the essential oil blend, apply the Serenity Stick, and take the Serenity soft gels. As I mentioned, you can personalize this routine to fit your needs, but the key is consistency. By incorporating these steps into your nightly routine, you'll find that you not only fall asleep more easily, but you're also going to wake up feeling more refreshed and ready to tackle the day. So I hope you'll try the system, see how your life transforms, and let us know. We'd love to hear how it worked for you. If you're watching this on YouTube, please leave us your comments and questions below, or drop us a line at podcast@sparklinglifecoach.com. Sleep is not a luxury, right? It's a necessity. It's the foundation of our health and well-being. And with the right habits and tools like doTERRA's Serenity Sleep System, you can unlock the restful sleep you deserve. So, if you're ready to take control of your sleep and improve your overall health, I encourage you to give these tips and products a try. And if you want to learn more, be sure to check out our free essential oils and sleep ebook. It's packed with even more information to help you on your journey. I'll leave the link in the show notes, as well as my affiliate link that will unlock 25% off for those of you who'd like to try any of the products you learned about today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you found this episode helpful and inspiring. And don't forget to subscribe so you're notified when we release the next episode in the series on reducing toxicity. Remember, your life deserves to sparkle. It should be exhilarating, energized, and filled with that effervescent sizzle that propels you through a brilliant, vivacious life. And a good night's sleep is a huge part of that. And I believe we can increase the sparkle in your life through integrative nutrition, health and wellness coaching, and essential oils. Until next time, sparkle on, and don't forget to sprinkle a little sparkle everywhere you go. Ciao.
How often do you feel your best? At doTERRA, we believe that everyone deserves to feel their best, That's why we created the doTERRA Lifelong Vitality Pack. Alpha CRS Plus, XEO Mega, and Microplex VMZ. The Alpha CRS Plus Cellular Energy Blend facilitates the production of energy when cofactors CoQ10, alpha-lipoic acid, and ginkgo biloba leaf extract transport electrons to promote the creation of ATP, what the body uses as fuel. The active compounds in the XEO Mega formula support a healthy cellular inflammatory response through a positive cascade within the cell and surrounding tissues that blocks the production of prostaglandins, which the body recognizes as discomfort. Microplex VMZ is a formula of vitamins and minerals that are commonly deficient in modern diets. The formula includes a balanced blend of antioxidant vitamins A, C, and E, as well as an energy complex of B vitamins. Discover for yourself why millions have made the Lifelong Vitality Pack an essential part of their healthy lifestyle.
Your health is an important investment, but with a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to lose in trying these amazing vitamins. They're what my family and I use. Remember, the foundation for wellness is nutrition and digestive health. If you want to be the healthiest version of yourself, the best way to take charge of your wellness is by building healthy habits. So get started today and make supplementation part of your routine. And I'll make sure to leave you my affiliate link in the show notes that'll unlock 25% off on all products ordered for a year.